Introducing June Bloom. This is the soap of the month for June. So I was really excited to make this soap. I decided I wanted to do it layered with 3 different natural colorants. So I'm using rose clay. I'm using turmeric powder, which is organic. I get it from Sam's Club. And then I'm also using activated charcoal, which I received or I purchased from Brambleberry. So in my head, I was thinking, I do an in a pot swirl and make this my middle layer. However, given these colors, what do you guys think this is going to look like? Which is not what I envisioned, but honestly makes complete sense now that I think about it. And hindsight is 2020, and clearly I've already made the soap. So I add in a little bit of oil. So I have a teaspoon of each colorant and then 2 teaspoons of the oil. And I do that because I like to pre-mix all of my colorants so I don't have any specks in the soap, because if you don't, you could possibly have specks, and it's not harmful. It's just not pretty. And I don't really stick blend my colors, so I have to pre-mix them before, because if you were going to stick blend them and once you get the soap batter in there, then it really wouldn't be an issue. But I don't like over stick blending or doing more than I need to. So I just go ahead and pre-mix it so I can avoid it getting too chunky. Whenever I soap, I try to make sure that my temperatures are below 120 degrees. I also add in kaolin clay and colloidal oatmeal into all of my soap batters, just for that gentle exfoliation from the colloidal oatmeal. And then the kaolin clay really anchors the scent, kind of gives you a silky feel to your soap bars. So I literally put that in all the soap bars that I have. I use a strainer when I'm pouring my lye solution, just in case there's any undissolved lye bits. I don't want that getting into the soap and throwing out the pH balance, because if it does, then it could slightly be harmful to the skin, depending on how high the pH is. And usually, it'll be certain spots of the soap. So I just avoid that altogether by making sure that I always pour my lye solution through a strainer. But as you can see, when I was pouring this, it was pretty clear. I didn't see any lye bits, but it's just habit now. Now for the fragrance, I went with apple sage. You can go with whatever fragrance that you like, but I was trying to go for a smooth June sweet smell. So I chose apple sage. Plus I had a lot of it. This is my new soap mold and I am so excited to use it. So here I am just pouring my first layer. Then I got to mix these other layers because I completely forgot about them. This is going to be my in the pot swirl. So I'm just going to mix these colors. Then I'm going to put them all into one container and then pour them over the first layer of soap. And then I'll pour the top layer, which will be the same cream color, on top of those in the pot swirls. As you can see, I poured this before the middle part was thick enough. Because as you can see, it's starting to swirl in. So this was not according to plan, but I think it still came out pretty because I wanted it to be the 3 layers. So it did get a little muddied in there, but it came out fine, as you can see. The other issue that I had was, this is a new silicone mold. Like I said, I was very excited to use it. So I looked at all the reviews, and all the reviews were saying, oh, the measurements are wrong. It's really only 120 ounces, not 160, which is what it's advertised as. So of course, when I make my recipe, I said, okay, max of 120, because I want to like stop making a bunch of extra soap and putting it in separate little molds. I want to just fill it up just for what it was. And as you can see, it did not fill up. So it really is 160. I guess maybe at the time when that person purchased it, it was measuring incorrectly, but it's not 120 anymore. So you can see it's about, it looks like it's about a third of the way, like full, but still not completely full. So the next time I make soap, I will be doing the recipe for 160 ounces instead of 120. But I do like the silicone mold. It did come out pretty nicely and easily. It was still a little soft, but I'm a woman of little patience, so I went ahead and I really like that this soap mold, the silicone mold, gave me 3 loaves of soap. No, not 3, sorry. 2 loaves of soap. Well, technically 3. So it was 2 like full size loaves, and then it was a mini loaf, which I thought was really cool because I said, okay, now like I can make my soap bars. I can do like the 2 loaves and then a mini loaf for every like big size loaf that I have, and it still gives me the 10 bars just like my regular molds. Well, that's me here counting just to make sure it is still a 10. So I'm really pleased with this silicone mold. You guys can go check it out. I do have it in like my Amazon affiliate links, or it's on my Amazon storefront, but I really like it because it does give me those 2 loaves of soap plus the mini soaps, and I like to sell my mini soaps to make it more affordable for those that are interested. I think the swirls came out nice, even though it wasn't exactly what I wanted. A lot of them still have just like the middle layer, which is what I wanted, the swirled middle layer. But as you can see, that layer's kind of muddied up. So really it's like a swirl at the top and at the bottom just solid. But listen, it's still gonna clean the way it's supposed to clean. It's still gonna smell good. So get yours. If you haven't already joined the Soap of the Month Club, you definitely should. And these are the mini bars. They're so cute. So join it because that's the only way you get this soap. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. And for now, black hands are out. Bye bye, guys.